Cheers guys, I'm the Tech Prepper, hope you're all doing well. So this is gonna be a fun video. I'm gonna do the biggest giveaway that I've ever done on the channel. And it's a big thank you for everybody who has supported me over the last 4 years and 4 months. Yesterday I crossed 100,000 subscribers. This was a little channel that started out during COVID, filming on an iPhone 8, and the production quality has not really improved since then. I've kept everything basic, and I wanted to build this channel just to share with you my journey in general preparedness and more specifically radio, and there's a lot more to come. Over the years, you guys have seen me kind of work through the different types of equipment that I've tried and failed and then adjusted and found along the way, and I'm pretty much settled after, since January of 2022, at the point that YouTube demonetized me. I discovered the Panasonic FZ-M1 7-inch Toughpad from a viewer, picked up a whole bunch of the Mark 1 units, the slower units, for about $110 a pop. Now, I recently, and by recently I mean probably within the last 12 months, upgraded personally one of mine to the Mark 2 units, which is a lot faster, and I spent about $600 used for that unit, and then I paired it with something called the Mk2 keyboard. So, my pretty much field computer these days is this little guy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the Panasonic FZ-M1 Mark II 7-inch display with the Mk2 keyboard, and then I tricked mine out with some of the Tech Prepper logos. So we're going to be giving away brand new versions of both of these. This is discontinued, but I was fortunate enough to find it. So I'm going to do 3 giveaways, not today. I'm not going to ask you for any money. I'm not going to ask you to do anything in the comments, but I'm going to do 3 giveaways. And since I've been demonetized now since January of 2023, the best way to support me is on Buy Me a Coffee. I have got 3 different tiers there. So the big prize is going to be going to the gold and silver members at the time that I do the drawing, and that's going to be within about a week and a half. So it's a big thank you to those guys because they really are the only way of supporting this channel. So I was fortunate enough where I actually found a Panasonic sales executive, I don't know, about 4 months ago, who had a lot of brand new, unopened Panasonic FZ-M1 Mark II units. I think at the height, these were going for about $4,000 a pop. Today, you could probably find them for a couple grand, but I don't believe they're in this pristine, unused position. And then the other thing that I had him do for me, most of the units you'll see online, I don't have a good unit anymore. A lot of them will have a barcode scanner on the back, which adds weight, another component to fail, and he was able to retrofit with his support engineers the same delete plate. So this is the most pristine piece of gear that follows, for lack of a better term, my doctrine. So I'll be giving this away. I'll be basically doing a drawing just using the gold and silver members on Buy Me a Coffee, and that'll be within a week or week and a half, maybe 2 weeks out at the latest. Now, I'm also a big fan of the type of work I do in the field, and a lot of the amateur radio software is not designed for touch. So I'm also pairing with it the brand new Mk2 keyboard, and that's the attachment to this guy. So you'll have a complete system that looks just like this. So we've got about, at least for what I paid for, there's a $2,000 value just in these 2 units. I did a brief run where I asked Mk2 to make me a bunch of keyboards, and I sold about 50 of them. I don't know if I'm going to do any more runs, so this is literally the second to last keyboard that I have untouched. So you'll have a little system like this, and then I'm a big fan of bags, guys, and I had a big problem with the Manpack bag production last year. So I had my neighbor design this little pouch, and it's a great way just to keep this in here. In fact, this pouch will also work with the units that have the barcode scanner. Again, I'm only going to be selling these because I only have 15 units left to the Buy Me a Coffee silver supporters. And so what I'm going to include with this kit is the first production run of the sleeve for it that I designed with the patch. So that will be prize number 1. The second giveaway is going to be to all of the basic members on Buy Me a Coffee. This makes it the largest portion of my support. And I'm just going to include a Panasonic FZ-M1 custom sleeve that I designed with the patch. And then for everybody else watching, I really appreciate the views. I know that not everybody is in a state to help support what I do. I'm also going to include a patch, but just my antenna gear bag or general gear bag. I use these bags for everything. Antennas, I'll put like my power stuff in here. So those are the 3 giveaways. Again, I'm not asking for you guys to do anything now. If anybody contacts you in the comments, ignore it. If anybody contacts you, to send the money from Telegram, do not do this. In fact, I'm not even going to put giveaway in the actual title. I'll put it on the thumbnail because, we need some juice here, but I want to prevent the bots from getting in. But anyways, I am very much humbled and really do thank you guys for joining me. I've got a bunch of cool stuff planned. Let's talk about a few videos that I've got in the pipeline. So I want to, probably in the next video, if I can swing it, I want to walk you guys through how I select my radios. And it's a really simple process I go through based on my personal requirements, my budget, and my operating environment. And I'll walk you through what matters to me for my type of operation and how that lines up in terms of feature functionality. Another video that I want to do is I have been using 3 amp hour Talent Cell battery now for, even before I got on the air. So about maybe 6-7 years now. And I'm finding lots of different applications. I've got a cool small kit that I built that will actually even power these Panasonic FZ-M1s, my radios, my phones, all in one neat package. I'm also going to do an updated travel video because now I've standardized on a very small kit. We'll take a look at that. I'm also looking at an ultralight HF kit, which is not in line with my typical, again, doctrine, but it has value at the price, its size, and what it could potentially provide on the go. Then a bunch of freaking stuff along the lines of signals intelligence. I want to do some work with an ICOM 705, lots of work with SDRs, especially for the field. And yeah, so the year's going to be pretty good. Also, I have a family member that was recently licensed and moved into my local area within about 6 miles range. So for those of you guys who are not sure how to handle that kind of range, him and I are doing lots and lots of radio experiments, antenna experiments, and how for us to have a simplex path, a path that is just radio to radio, no intermediate infrastructure. We're even looking at some HF techniques, and I want to share with you guys all of those experiments, what works, what doesn't work. And again, this is very specific to my operating environment, but hopefully all of this will help you guys really move forward. Other thing, this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler. I'm contemplating, I've been working on a field manual called the TTP Field Manual, and I was trying to write it as a generic book, and it didn't really work out very well. And I'm actually writing it as the book that I want for myself. And what I mean by that is if I had to step away from Commo for like 6 months or a year, what is the minimum information I would have to be able to support communications on multiple different levels, specifically to do the targeted contacts, or what I like to call, no random contacts. That is likely going to turn into coursework, field exercises, and training I may do. Again, I'm in a weird spot right now because YouTube completely demonetized me. I'm really getting by with just the Buy Me a Coffee supporters. So I'm thinking between this field book, which has no timeline, parlaying that into training that is actually not like classroom instructor. I'm talking like field freaking training the way I like to do it, unique point of view. I think that might help me get out of my day job. And it's mostly because I have this flagship product that I don't feel comfortable releasing yet. And it's called Mk2 OS. It's actually what I run on here. And it's supposed to be a field expedient comms platform. I'm using lots of words today. And I just have no time and don't have the mental overhead or mental stamina left with the day job. I work right now about 10 to 12 hours a day in my day job, and it's just killing me. And I just need to be monetized some way. And I tried doing some products. There's just not enough margins. In fact, I bought 5 of these Panasonic FZ-M1s, and I basically took them as a loss. So that's why I actually decided to give it away. So I'm trying to figure out how to make all this happen. I'm not terribly bright. That's not one of my strengths, but I do try as hard as I can, especially in business, to figure out how to make this be viable, provide value to you. Anyways, long story short, we've got 3 giveaways. We're going to do the biggest giveaway on the next video to the silver members on Buy Me a Coffee, and the gold. Gold, silver will be combined. We're going to do a basic giveaway, and then we'll do a something for everybody, like a swag bag thing. But yeah, I just want to thank you. There's more coming. And again, I'm going to stop apologizing about my filming quality. This is what I have time for. I don't want to get caught up in fancy lighting, new cameras, all of that junk. I just want to be a straight shooter with you guys and share with you everything, good, bad, and the ugly. I'm the Tech Prepper. Be strong, be safe, and be prepared.